Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And let's get started. With the 4th annual South Junior High School Hall of Fame. Nice to see everyone here tonight. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. We represent a very special school in the most unique and truly memorable and exciting and special city. So, you know, this is something nice. I cannot believe as I drove here, I had parent-teacher conference tonight. I hope those parents waiting for me and realize I'll be back by August. So they hope someone feeds them anyway. It's a long way. But as I drove here, I thought, what was I thinking 4 years ago? The audacity, I guess, to do this. We're the only school in the county for sure, and I think the only public school in the state, in the middle school level, that has a Hall of Fame. And think about that. That's something extra special about South. Really is. Really is that we come together tonight. And the way it's so special to think about South is that my assistant Amanda had asked me earlier, is there an order we're going to present? And I said, no. Everyone's great. I mean, everyone's great. That's why the Hall of Fame is. We've had 14,000 kids attend South over the last 67 years. 14,000 people. Tonight we add 13 to the list of inductees, which will bring the total inductees, I believe, to 47 out of 14,000. I'm smart enough to know 10% of 14,000 is 1,400, therefore 1% is 140. So this is a 0.3%. That's remarkable for those inductees. It truly is. Truly is. Congratulations. And it's great to see some prior, and I know I'll miss them, some prior inductees. Peter Baines, a state teacher of the year a few years ago, sitting over here. John Murphy's out here. I see John. Great graduate of South. The legendary Greg Dunn. We got someone over there, Jorge. I can't see who. What's that? Oh, Jose Gomes is here. I'm sure. Janet Trask. I see Janet sitting right over there. So it's great to see. I'm sure there are others. That like to go around, and we didn't even invite them. Not intentionally. We invited some, of course. I mean, we did. I haven't put together like a master list where I can text out all the stuff, so I tried my best. But let's get started with tonight's first. And how this works is real simple. I'll give a very brief introduction. The inductee will speak 3, 4, 5 minutes. Don't go on too long. We had one of those a couple of years ago. Okay, we had one of those a couple of years ago. We had to shut them off. Okay, that was it. But no, we're going to have a great time. So let's begin, Amanda. And
Steve Murphy.
The first honoree, first inductee. This is going to be the first in South history. Last year we inducted his father. His father was a legendary teacher at South, a great writer, great English teacher. And today we're going to induct the son. So it's the first father-son combo we will have had. This is when I go to Cape Cod Cafe, this is the guy I go and have a sandwich with. He's just a great Brocktonian. He's done so much in his life working in the court system for, I think he said 2 or 3 years. I don't know. He's a young guy still. But no, he's a great guy. Honoree, Massasoit, Board of Trustees, Boys and Girls Club from Brockton back in the day. He's done it all. So let's introduce Steve Murphy.
I didn't know I was going to be first, but it's good to be first. And I thought of what I should say. I'd keep it very simple. I've had a great life for near 50 years in the legal profession. And I look back on South Junior High, and I look back at a lot of the teachers I had, from my father, Larry Murphy, to Peggy Boudreau, to Frank Levine, to Dave Swift, to John Cairo. to so many of them, and it was a great place to go to school and to go to junior high school. And I was there in the early '60s, and I know when I looked at it, more like the '70s probably, but I was there in the early '60s, and I'm very proud to be honored with this award. I cherish South and I cherish Brockton.
Senator Brady? We're always lucky. There's one thing I can count on. There's a couple of things I can count on in life. But one of them is always, whenever there's an event, Senator Brady's going to be there.
Thank you, and great to see all our friends, and congratulations to all the honorees. And I've known Steve for many, many years. I worked in Massasoit Community College when he was on the board there, and we helped out a lot of young men and women get jobs in the construction industry with a pre-apprenticeship training program. So you've given a lot to our community, Steve, and I want to just congratulate this. A citation is duly signed by the Senate President, Karen Spilka, the clerk, Mike Hurley, and myself, Mike Brady. It's a recognition of your induction into the Brockton South Middle School Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Steve.
I'll take that, Mike.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Mike.
Don't go anywhere yet, Steve. Representative Mendes is going to be here tonight, but she sent this along. Be it hereby known to all, the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Steve Murphy in recognition of his selection as South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Signed by Ronald Mariano, Speaker of the House, offered by State Representative Rita Mendes. No, the mayors. Oh. All right, you already have Mayor Sullivan. Next up is Ward 3 Councilor Phil Griffin. Oh, take it and read it. Oh. Yes, but that one. So you're not yours. Yours is on his. So make sure in the future.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Thank Jim Stapleton. I want to thank Joe Angelo for hosting this. This citation for you, Steve, is on behalf of the City Council. Let it be known that the Brockton City Council hereby extends its congratulations to Steve Murphy in recognition of his accomplishments joining the South Middle School Hall of Fame. And let it be further known that the City Council extends its best wishes for continued success. That this citation is duly signed by the President of the City Council and attested to, and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Council. It's signed by Tim Cruz, myself, and Moises Rodriguez.
And don't go anywhere yet. There's one more. It's a lot of hardware. Here comes the chairman, the vice chairman of the school committee.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Stapleton. Thank you to the committee for putting this together. Joe Angelo's, everybody that's in attendance. It's a recognition to Mr. Steve Murphy upon your induction to the South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame, reflecting extraordinary academic and professional achievement that sets a positive example for future generations of South Dragon, signed today, 21st of 2024. Signed by the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Tiliani, Mayor Sullivan, myself, all members of the Brockton School Committee, Mr. Vega, Mrs. Sullivan, Mr. Gomes, Mrs. Azak, and Ms. Oliver. And then we also have a nice Brockton box of Scott. Well, I know you gotta get the Sullivan stuff.
Excellent. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Steve. Our next inductee is probably one of the most successful graduates when it comes to South Middle School over its 67 years. Has a name and a record as I talk to people, and I try to talk to as many people as I can. And his name came up 3 or 4 years ago as someone we should induct when I began this whole process. And it's with great pleasure that the next inductee is Mike McGillis.
All right, all I can say, it's an honor to be here tonight for the joint induction of my brother Jay and myself into the Brockton South Middle School Hall of Fame. With that, I'll speak a little bit about each of us. Less about me, more about Jay and what his legacy means. All right, better? All right. Jay and I were both South Middle School and Brockton High alum. We both played football, basketball, baseball, while getting an outstanding education during a very significant time of transition in our lives. From my perspective, I'm constantly using the life lessons I learned from teachers and coaches I had the pleasure of interacting with while a student at South Middle School. Those include Ed Fitzgibbons, baseball and basketball coach, John Cairo, my science teacher, who I remained very close to until his passing about a year ago. Bill Toomey, my English teacher, who was probably the best English teacher. I am constantly reminded of lessons he taught me to this day. And Ms. Holmes, my algebra teacher, who taught me it's okay to have fun while you're getting your butt kicked in class. After graduating Brockton High, I went on to play baseball at Northeastern University, graduated with a business degree with concentrations in finance and accounting. My business career has taken me many places over the years. I'm currently president of Mac Real Estate Group, New York City-based real estate lender, investor, developer, and manager of commercial real estate assets with a current portfolio of about $20 billion across the U.S. I'm forever grateful for the lessons I learned at South Middle School and in Brockton, namely how to compete, how to work hard, how to grind through challenging situations, how to work within a team, both internally and externally, and developing leadership and communication skills. In fact, at work, when someone gets out of line, they have a name for it when I have to bring them in to talk to them. They call it the Brockton beatdown. Now on to Jay, the real hero. It's been 32 years since Jay passed away from cancer in 1992. In addition to Jay being an outstanding athlete and football player at Brockton High in BC, as well as an academic All-Big East honoree in football, perhaps the greatest long-standing tribute to Jay's impact is the Tom Coughlin Jay Fund. I've been on the board of the Jay Fund for the last 10 years and can speak firsthand to the significant impact it has had on so many families. Tom Coughlin will tell you winning 2 Super Bowls is secondary in his life to what he's done with the Tom Coughlin Jay Fund and all the families that it has supported over the years. Tom met Jay during his first year as the head coach of the BC football team, where Jay was the starting strong safety. After seeing the impact that Jay's cancer diagnosis in 1991 had on our family, Tom and his wife Judy knew that if they ever had the chance, they wanted to help families with children dealing with childhood cancer. For over 30 years, Jay's memory has lived on through the mission of the Jay Fund. The foundation has provided approximately $30 million of financial and emotional support to over 6,000 families in Northeast Florida and the New York, New Jersey metropolitan areas. From rent and mortgage payments to utility bills, transportation costs, and groceries, the Jay Fund has supported families struggling to navigate the financial and emotional challenges of having a child with cancer. In addition, the Jay Fund has also been actively connecting families walking that same path and that same difficult journey through childhood cancer that our family faced. In addition, another avenue of support of the Jay Fund is that it provides college sponsorship programs for pediatric cancer patients and survivors of cancer with college scholarships. It's an organization and a mission that I'm proud to be a part of. It's really amazing. We see J Fund Miracles, we call them J Miracles all the time. It's quite meaningful. Jay's headstone has the following epitaph: "The quality of a man's life is measured by how deeply he has touched the lives of others." Jay's legacy started with the lessons he learned from family, friends, teachers, and coaches who had a significant impact on him going back to his days in Brockton and Brockton South Middle School. I and my family members are forever grateful for our experiences at that school. Thank you, Jim Stapleton, for this honor, and for my family members and friends who were able to attend this evening. Thank you.
Senator Brady.
Thank you, Jim. And Mike, you know, we're honoring you tonight, and we're honoring your brother Jay and the family. Thank you for all you've given to the community and brother Jay, but also your family. You've got a wonderful, awesome family, and that's what makes us the City of Champions, what you've given back to the community. So God bless you, and this is to you, Mike McGillis, for your induction to the Brockton South Middle School's Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you. You want to speak? Okay. Thank you.
Wait, don't go anywhere yet. We still got Phil.
One more, all right. Hey, Phil, how are you? Thank you.
I was waiting on behalf of the City Council, you and your brother, and I are both with great Brockstonians. I want to give this to you as recognition of your achievement here tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's good. Wait a minute. Great, thank you. Thank you.
Of course, earlier, nope, not yet. I presented for Mayor Sullivan and Representative Rita Mendes, but we still got Tony.
This certificate of recognition presented by the Brockton School Committee and Brockton Public Schools to Mike McGillis. Upon induction into the South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame, reflecting extraordinary academic and professional achievement that sets a positive example for future generations of South Dragons. Signed by the Superintendent, Mayor Sullivan, and all City members. God bless you. Thank you.
Okay, sure. I'm going to need your help for IDs after. Okay.
The legacy itself, when you think about it, in people like Jay and Mike McGillis. And I remember I was teaching in Walpole, and I'll tell an anecdotal story about Jay McGillis in a bit. When I taught in Walpole in the early 90s, when I actually taught Brian Coughlin, Tom Coughlin's son. And I had a chance to interact with the coach, Coach Coughlin, and I'll touch on that in a bit. But at that time, by the way, when I was teaching in Walpole, once in a while, I'd need a ride to school. There was another Walpole teacher who lived on Burroughs Road. And I'd drive by and I'd pick him up and I'd give him a ride to school. His name was Tom Monahan. And he used to say, watch out for that house over there. That's where the Drukas family lives. And he said, you gotta watch out for that guy, Brian Drukas. He said he might be something someday. So our next inductee is Brian Drukas, Brockton High legend and South Middle School legend. Walked to school, we know all the stories about you.
Thanks, Jim. Well, the first thing I had to do when Jim called me as an inductee, I had to call my fellow inductee, Brent Warren, who's one of my attorneys, and I said, Brent, is the statute of limitations ended yet? So just had to make sure. But I want to thank everybody here for nominating and inducting me. Learned a lot at South Junior High. Had a lot of great friends that came out of there that I still hang out today. Chris Hall, fellow inductee, Brent. Just, you know, so many people that you meet over the years, and then through high school. It's just been great. Still here practicing my real estate practice. Tough to leave the city, man. Once you're here, you just don't want to leave. So, you know, thank you for everything. Jim, thank you so much. Appreciate everything.
Don't go anywhere yet. We got the plaque. Now, what we don't have are the big plaques. She's keeping the big plaques. At the end, we'll get a picture of the plaques that go on the wall. This is the personal plaque. That's the one you keep. By the way, next time you see Hartzell, I've got his plaque. Surgery. Yeah, I got his plaque, but you can see the difference in you have the Hartzell plaque up there, the little one? We got better with the plaques this year for the inductees. Look what we had last year. But that's all Hartzell deserved anyway, right? So we'll get a picture later on of the big plaques that go on the wall. These are the personal plaques, so my apologies. So we'll go quickly through the line and then we'll do a group picture. Senator Brady.
Thank you, Jim. And I've known Brian for many years. He's been a great friend and great contributor to the City of Champion. So this is a congratulations to you, Brian Drukas, in recognition of your induction to the Brockton South Middle School Hall of Fame. Congratulations, brother.
Brian, I want to present this to you on behalf of the City Council in recognition of your achievement. This is signed by the Council President, myself, and the clerk.
We're going to get them all together in a minute.
This certificate is in recognition from the Brockton School Committee and the School Department to Brian Drukas upon induction into the South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame, reflecting the extraordinary academic and professional achievement that sets a positive example of future generations of South Dragon, signed by all the members of the school.
Don't go anywhere, Brian. Let's do the picture with the big plaque. So this is the one that goes. Come on, Phil. Let's do the quick picture, and we'll get the big. And then Steve and Mike will get that same thing.
Oh, man, you got right there.
Got us?
1 second. All right, very good. Thank you.
As we all know, Brockton's had a legendary music program. Absolutely legendary. I go back to my first Brockton High football game. I got to tell you a real quick story. My dad came down with me. I grew up in Norwood. I bought a house in Brockton. It was '88. I go to the first Brockton High game on a Saturday. I get there, they're beating someone. It was like 6-0, 10-0, 12-0 early on. A couple touchdowns. I saw two of the biggest running backs the world has ever seen, Rudy and Darnell, and they were just pounding some team from out of state. But what I remember distinctly, though, the game was over by the second quarter, but I looked over, and when I grew up in Norwood, we had a big band. But I saw this marching army coming out of the stands, and I couldn't believe it. And I said, wow, what do they make every kid at Brockton High who doesn't play football be in the band? And then I watched them, and they were fantastic. And I couldn't believe it. I wanted to know who directed the band. And by the way, he was a South guy inducted 2 years ago, Vinnie Macrina. So always someone from South. I mean, really. Everyone talks about West, but we know where the real workers were. We know where the achievers. Listen, if you want a good laugh someday, go over to West Hall of Fame. I mean, seriously, go look for it. See if you can find it, all right? See if you can find one over there. But I saw that. And then a couple of years ago, I hustled back from New Hampshire. It's, you know, and everyone thinks things were better in the olden days. And so 2 years ago, Joe Angela and I stood right out here on Memorial Day. And I watched this band come marching down from the Arno on Memorial Day, and I thought to myself, it's 2023. This band is as good as they were in 1988, and they were great then. So I always asked Vinny, now that Vinny's a Hall of Fame, and I said, Vinny, who should go in the Hall of Fame from South? And he says, Karen Blisnick. That's not even a question. So Karen's out in St. Louis, but her dad is here to talk about, and her mom are here to talk about Karen and the wonderful things she's done. And again, let's go look for that West Hall of Fame. Tim Blisnick.
This isn't that bad. Karen's just one of these kids. She's got a real positive attitude. Hold it up. Ah. Wow. Is that a radio voice? Okay. Karen's a great kid. Always had a positive attitude. Everything she's done in her life, in her profession, personality, she's infectious, kind, welcoming, just a driver. She studied with Angie Milani and Lisa Milani at South Junior High. She was in the chorus and the band. In fact, we have a video of her playing her first solo in front of the band, Trumpeter's Lullaby, which she ended up playing in her senior year at Brockton High. So I think for her, you know, the school system in Brockton was absolutely incredible because it trained her for all kinds of music. Vinny is an amazing guy for what he was able to do with the kids that he had. Basically, she left Brockton High and went to Boston University, studied trumpet there. She was a Tanglewood Fellow for 2 years, playing classical music and played with the Boston Symphony and Boston Pops Orchestra. She then graduated from Boston University, went to Northwestern University and got her master's degree. She was at a music festival down in Charleston, South Carolina, playing pool, and heard about an audition for the Charleston Symphony. She called her trumpet teacher and said, "Should I audition?" And the lady said, "Damn right you should." So she auditioned and she got the principal trumpet position for the Charleston Symphony. That was her first job. And after that, she got successive principal trumpet jobs with the Charlotte Symphony, Atlanta Symphony, and finally ended up with the St. Louis Symphony and was the principal there for 10 years. She's retired from that now. She developed a lip problem of all things, and she's a studio recording engineer, and she's the regional director for the Recording Artists of America. And basically those are the guys that decide on the Grammys, and she goes down to New Orleans, Memphis, and she goes to the Grammys every year to determine who wins the record of the year, the album of the year, and everything else for classical albums. Currently, though, she's working in the studio. She learned how to be a studio technician during COVID after she left the symphony. And she's working in a studio right now with Chuck Berry's child, Chuck Jr. And everybody knows Chuck Berry from St. Louis, Maybelline and Roll Over Beethoven. Well, they're reorchestrating a lot of his music. His sons are. And they're going to publish Run Run Rudolph in a couple of weeks. She's also been playing with a salsa band, a Latin salsa band, and she's been, I think the last time she played, she was in Mongolia as part of the American Music Abroad program. But basically, Karen wanted me to say that, convey her appreciation for this award. And if it weren't for the education she received in the Brockton school system, none of her accomplishments would have ever happened. And Brockton will always be her home, wherever her music takes her. And thank you very much.
We have, of course, a citation for Karen through Tim. Do you want to come on up for the picture?
All right.
We'll get a group picture. That's the one that goes on the wall. And here's the individual. Yep, and here's the individual. Senator Brady.
And to you, Tim, and on behalf of your daughter, Karen Bliznick, I am so proud. I bring students from Brockton Public Schools into the State House under Vinnie Macrina when he was the conductor there. They blow away every community across the Commonwealth. No one does a better job than the music program. Music goes hand in hand with mathematics. So your daughter went to BU. I've had students through the music program that went to Harvard, that went to BC. I am so proud of our school system with our music program, and your daughter is just added to that. So God bless you and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Jim, I'm Phil Griffin, pleasure to meet you. behalf of the City Council, I want to give you a citation commending your sister's achievement. And we read it earlier, it's all the same. Let's give them my best wishes from the city. Guys, we meet you, did a great job.
Tim, thank you. Certificate of recognition to Karen, stated before, for her induction into the South Middle School Hall of Fame.
Don't you want to get in the picture too? Let's get pictures. Council, 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 can you just go on that side real quick? Just wait to be back. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. 1, 2, 3. Who's next, Amanda?
Officially, we haven't inducted Jay McGillis yet. So, I don't want Mike to hit me yet. Because Mike, last year we inducted Orlando Vandross. And tonight, we're going to be inducting his brother, Ortez, which technically makes them the first brother combo till we get to Jay later tonight. So we had a pleasure also at South. I mean, the Vandross family is such a great family, of course. And a couple of years ago, Dad was working even with us at South. I mean, we can't get rid of them. As much as we try, they just keep showing up. So Ortez, come on up. The fire department chaplain for a long time. The Reverend Minister. So behave yourself.
Good evening, everyone. I count it an honor and a privilege to be inducted into the class of 2024, the Hall of Fame of South Middle School. To all of the other inductees, congratulations. To Mr. Stapleton and your committee, thank you so very much. My time spent at South Junior High School, or I call it South Junior High School, but I know it's South Middle School, goes back to 1983 and 1985. And then those were days that were second to none to me. During those days, I've had teachers, all of them were great, but 3 outstanding were Mr. Fitzgibbons, the phys ed teacher, Mr. Jackaman, who I played basketball with, and then Mr. Williams, who was the principal. These 3 individuals saw something in me that I didn't know existed at the time. That was leadership qualities that could lead others. So they gave me small assignments. I was the team basketball captain. They gave me small assignments to cultivate my gift of communication, problem solving, conflict resolution. And to those days, I take that with me as a pastor and as a minister of this community. And so I take South Middle School wherever I go. Thank you again for this great honor. Go Dragons.
Thank you.
Report from Mayor Sullivan, Representative Mendes, and the individual plaque that you'll take home. Here comes Senator Brady.
And Pastor Ortez Vandross, thank you, and you're joining your brother in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to that. But thank you for all you're doing, and you're there for all of our public safety firefighters out there. So God bless you for all you're doing, keeping the good Lord in our spirit alive in Brockton.
Mike.
On behalf of the City Council, I want to give you this citation. Commend you for the recognition you're receiving here tonight, signed by the Council President, the City Clerk, and myself. Congratulations on your achievement, and it's always a pleasure to see you.
This is a certificate on behalf of the Brockton School Committee for your achievement in induction into the South Middle School, which reflects extraordinary academic, professional, and flawless self-drivers to current students signed by the superintendent of schools and all the members of the school.
Phil? Yeah, exactly. Our next honoree, I had the pleasure of meeting for the first time this summer. She is a history professor in Turkey. In Turkey. I don't know how she found that job. I mean, seriously, Turkey. That's a long way to go. But anyway, she's not here tonight with us, but her sister is to present. So our honoree is Kara McCormick. And Suzanne, you got to speak for you. Speaking for her sister.
Hi everybody, thank you so much. My sister Kara, she graduated from NYU and she went into corporate life, and maybe 20, even more years ago, she decided to leave Fidelity Investments, which my dad was not happy about. And she said, I'm gonna go and get a degree in American Studies, very lucrative. And so she did, and now she has a PhD in American Studies, and she's working in Turkey and could not be happier. But probably the biggest thrill of her life is getting inducted into the South Junior High Hall of Fame. So thank you so much, and that's it. Kara.
Another champion in Brockton, Kara McCormick, for your induction to the Brockton South Middle School Hall of Fame. And thank you to your whole family, because your whole family does a lot. And we'll spread the word so we can send it back to Kara, because we love your family here in the city of Brockton. Thank you.
They can tell those senators. They can tell those senators. Gotta hog the photos.
Suzanne, I want to give you this for your sister. For the City Council to recognize her accomplishments both academically and joining the South Junior High School Hall of Fame. Give her our best wishes. It's always good seeing your mother and father also. And again, my congratulations to your sister and your entire family.
Certificate of recognition on behalf of the Brockton School Committee and Brockton Public Schools to Kara McCormick upon induction to the South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame, reflecting extraordinary academic and professional achievement that sets a positive example for future generations of self-drivers. Signed by Superintendent, the Mayor, and all members of the school committee. Congratulations. Awesome, bro.
Quick pic. Another picture. Another picture. Say something about you two afterwards. I'm going to say something about you two. Tony Savage's coming. Ready?
All right, very good.
Thank you. I know that the first famous photographer was Matthew Brady, but I gotta tell you, no one gets in more pictures than Michael Brady. This guy's a legend of the camera. And I also gotta say, Phil, great city councilor. but he hasn't met a suit he hasn't liked yet. Best dressed counselor we've ever had, I'm telling you. So who's next, Amanda?
Barbara Garvey.
Oh, Barbara Garvey's a teacher at South, the first teacher we've ever had. He was going to be inducted as an active member. So we're going to read a very quick speech. He couldn't be here tonight because we had the conferences. She's still there. She's probably handling my parents. Hopefully she's doing something with them, feeding them, telling them something. I told him, I said, listen, it's real easy. I'm going to leave a tape recorder. If you want good news, hit A. If you want bad news, hit B. And if you just want the truth, hit C. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm not there. But then again, you know what? I don't have to be there. What, are they going to fire me now? I'm too old. I mean, seriously. What are they gonna, I mean, seriously, I can retire. Plus, if they fire me, West still won't have a Hall of Fame. So, Amanda Gomez will speak quickly for Barbara Garvey.
All right. So this is from Barbara. Good evening, everyone. I am deeply honored and humbled to stand here today receiving this Hall of Fame award. Teaching for over 27 years in this incredible school has been more than a career for me. It has been my passion, my purpose, and one of the greatest blessings of my life. To be recognized in this way is profoundly meaningful, but this moment is not just about me. It's about the countless students whose stories have enriched my life, the colleagues whose collaboration has inspired me, and this community, which has been a beacon of resilience, creativity, and hope. Throughout my journey here, I have had the privilege of working alongside some of the finest educators one could ever have hoped to meet. Greats like Linda Malkovich, Pat Patazzi, Peter Banis, Lisa Villani, and Alice Springer have left incredible marks on this school and on me personally. Their dedication and example have been sources of strength and guidance throughout my career. And today, I am thrilled to accept this award alongside our new inductee and former student, Tremita Martin. Tremita has shown great success both in and out of the classroom. Teaching English has been my way of helping young minds discover the power of their own voices. It is in the essays, the poems, and the stories that we find who we are and who we can become. My students have taught me as much, if not more, than I have ever taught them. They've reminded me of the power of persistence, the beauty of curiosity, and the joy of growth. Finally, to my family, friends, and the community that has supported me through these years, thank you. Your belief in me has kept me going, and I share this honor with all of you. Thank you again for this incredible recognition. I am forever grateful to have been part of the school's legacy, and I will carry this honor in my heart always. Barbara.
Thank you, Amanda. Tomorrow, and this is the great thing about doing a Hall of Fame. I gotta tell you, tomorrow, like Barbara said to me the other day, any chance you could talk to the superintendent, maybe she'll come down and present me with my plaque. And I said, Barbara, there's like 2,000 employees in the Brockton Public Schools. She goes, you have to have her number. I said, I do. She goes, any chance? I said, yeah, maybe, whatever. So I texted her, and of course, we have a great new superintendent. She's unbelievable. She'll be out tomorrow and to present Barbara with the plaque at lunchtime, which is really a nice thing. Our superintendent's so good. I will say this, too, about Barbara. I hope we have no one here from the Department of Education. Because if we do, because of you, I have to confess. I have to tell. I don't want to tell a lie. Every 5 years, we got to get recertified. You got to do all this paperwork and computers and stuff. And Barbara does it all for me. So for the last 35 years, I think I've been illegitimate now in the schools. It's been so many years since I've done any of those things. So I just figured I'd confess. Why not? Again, when are they going to fire me at this point? It's all for fun. Next up, actually, when they fire me, I might need this person next. Next up, we have a young lady who's the vice president of the Boston Teachers Union. So when they fire me in Brockton, When they fire me in Brockton, I can go to Boston, I hope. Leah Serena.
I don't know if it quite works that way, but I will definitely try my hardest to represent you. Hi everybody, thank you so much. I'm honored to be here today. I tell everyone I was born in Boston, so one of the highlights of my career is that I taught in my old second grade classroom for 6 years. And I'm going to add this to the highlights of my career because even though I was born in Boston, I was raised in Brockton. And coming to South Junior High was where I really learned advocacy. It was those debate clubs in history that taught me my love for education and fighting for what was right for education. So like Mr. Stapleton just said, I just was elected the first female vice president of the Boston Teachers Union. And I'm honored to say that my advocacy and love for education and love for fighting for students and public education really started here. So thank you so much.
Leah, congratulations and thank you for all you do advocating on behalf of public educators. I'm a big supporter of public education, as you know, in the Commonwealth, and a lot of us wouldn't be here without your support. And any help I can be, please let us know. And this is a little citation for you in recognition of your induction to the Brockton South Middle School's Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Hello, Leah. I'm Phil Griffin. Nice to meet you. I want to give you this citation on behalf of the Brockton City Council, commending you for the work you've done over your lifespan and being inducted into the South Middle School Hall of Fame, signed by the City Council President, myself, and the Civic Clerk. Congratulations.
Not yet, we gotta go Tony. Tony.
Congratulations. You know how proud I am. You already know that. So, this certificate is in recognition of your induction. Upon induction into the South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame, reflecting extraordinary academic and professional achievement that sets a positive example for future generations of South Dragon, signed by the superintendent, the mayor, and myself, and all members of the school. Congratulations.
Back in last May we had a special event at the school. We invited, and we'll do the same thing this year, we invited the people, the honorees, to come in and talk to the 8th graders. And after that day, I was walking out, and I saw this plaque we had on the wall of the basketball court in honor of 2 young men who had passed away in service to the United States of America. And I immediately called Phil Griffin and said, Phil, this plaque, it's made of wood, it's 18 years old, 17 years old, it's falling apart. And so Phil called the Department of Public Works and Pat Hill. We got it done. And on September 10th this year, we had a day called Heroes Day. And it was amazing. Channel 4 came out, the Enterprise came out, and here's the astounding thing. I said to the people from Channel 4, Amanda and I will speak. Pick the more photogenic one and put that person on TV. I won. Can you believe it? That was a good one. That's a good victory. But anyway, in all seriousness, that day was to honor one young man. And his family has come up from Puerto Rico and Florida and all around. I texted his mom last night and said, when we think about this young man is truly one of my heroes. I never met Captain Anthony Palermo. but I heard so much about him and what he did as a young man, as a young husband, as a young father, and as a son, and as a captain for the United States Army, giving the ultimate sacrifice was something that's just, you know, it's something that's so heroic. And we're going to present next to Captain Anthony Palermo and his family.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank Jim Stapleton. He was actually one of my teachers at South Junior High. So this is a true honor to be speaking on behalf of my brother today. Secondly, I want to thank my family for always being supportive. Anything that happens to my brother, any event that the city puts on for my brother, you guys always show up. We've come from Alaska, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, Puerto Rico, all around the world, and we still show up to Brockton to represent my brother. Unfortunately, my brother was killed in action in Iraq in 2007. Though he was taken from us too soon, he always taught me everlasting lessons. I credit his upbringing in the city of Brockton for his leadership ability, mental toughness, grit, and his can-do attitude, which rubbed off on me. He's truly the reason why I continue to serve today. I'm extremely honored, humbled, and proud to be from the city of Brockton, as my brother was as well. And I'm humbled. Thank you again, Jim, for this award. Thank you.
And if I can get the family to stick up here, this is to the family of Captain Anthony Palermo Jr. for his induction to the Brockton South Middle School's Hall of Fame. And he did give the ultimate sacrifice for our country, and he is a true hero. And we recently passed the Heroes Act to honor veterans, to increase their benefits and everything else. And I'm honored to serve in the Veterans Committee, but I got to give credit to, we're only as good as our staff sometimes, and Jerry Cassidy was the chairman of the Veterans Committee, but his aide, Bridget Plouffe, who just got elected into the House of Representatives starting next year, she did all the work getting that Veterans Bill passed. So thank you for the ultimate sacrifice to your family.
The Palermo family was quite honored to get that sign put up to your brother. He gave the ultimate sacrifice, will never be forgotten. I have a citation commended for the recognition being inducted to the South Junior High School Hall of Fame. Again, we appreciate his service for the country. He made the ultimate sacrifice, and I wish you nothing but the best in the future.
Jim, can you join me? On behalf of the school department and the school committee, we present this citation to Captain Anthony Pomelo upon his posthumous induction into the South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame in honor of both academic achievement and enormous courage he displayed by serving in the global war on terror, making him a role model for future generations of South Dragons. Signed by the Superintendent, the Mayor, and all members of the School Committee. Excuse me, can I have everybody's attention, please? We're honoring Captain Anthony Pomelo, who fought for this country, and from Brockton. I'm going to go on record. We have a public safety building that is being built that should be named after him. And Jim, I want you to help me with this summer, because this city, it's all about champions, and this is a true champion. And I think that he deserves that much. Thank you.
If anyone at any time decides they want to help, Ms. Gomez and I have raised a lot of money for South. That's how we can put this on. And this is not about that per se right now. We've got grants coming in. We go out. We got some great, generous people in the city. Joe Angelo, Frank Brack, John Murphy, so many others. So many great people in the city of Brockton. But one of the things I want you to think about if you get a chance tonight, tomorrow, next week, my name, my number, Amanda's number's on the back of that form. Anthony Palermo, the captain, has a son who's a high school senior down in Florida. And I would love to raise some money this year that we could send a scholarship. We could send some money down to his son to let his son know that Brockton will never forget Captain Anthony Palermo. So please reach out to me at any chance you get. Let's do it, because we're that good. We can do it. Next up is a gentleman who saved baseball. I saw him play baseball back when he was a catcher. He was pretty good, but then he saved baseball. The Brockton Rocks didn't have a league to play in. They were crumbling. There was going to be no more baseball in Brockton. And then he just invented a league. A South guy. Again, I mean, where else are we going to go? We got to solve a problem? Go to South. Chris Hall.
Thank you, Jim. I've been very fortunate, having the opportunity to grow up on the south side of Brockton. I've been out of Brockton now for 26, 28 years. I've been living up in Chelmsford, but Brockton is my roots. South side is my roots. That's where I grew up. That's where I learned how to be a good human. That's how I learned how to compete. Whether it was on the baseball field, football, basketball, hockey, whatever it was. That south side of Brockton where I grew up. Southfield adjacent, so we saw Greg Dunn was here tonight. Some of the games that we had on that south side of, you'd have 40, 50 people at Davis School playing street hockey or playing, touch football. That was tackle football. Older guys, younger guys, that's where you learn how to play. The YMCA in Brockton, that's where that's how I grew up, learning how to play the game. And at South, I didn't go to Brockton High with the Thayer Academy, but going to South for me, that was my Brockton moments, being part of Brockton. And, Coach Fitz, Coach Foraker, having an opportunity to be with those guys, and a lot of great guys that I played with, and, Drew and Jay, who, be on that side. And a lot of guys, I grew up with my brother being, you know, a few years older than I, so I got to see all those guys ahead of me go through South and be great leaders. And the teachers in South, you know, that was, again, just so many opportunities to be part of something. And I wish that so many other towns, they still had it where you know, South versus North and East versus West, and like that whole stuff that we did, soccer, basketball, baseball, just for the schools itself. And you know, we were Triple Crown winners, I think, either my 7th grade year or 8th grade year, which was huge, a lot of fun. You know, if you look back at some of the guys, you've got Hartzell who played in the NFL, and a lot of the guys play college football, a lot of the guys play college baseball. There's just a lot of people doing a lot of really good things. And Drew and I still, and Gregory, a lot of us, you know, we still stay in touch throughout the years. Chris Campbell was here a little bit earlier, and we see each other, we stay in touch. Facebook has been fantastic, but Brockton is always here for me, and I can't, you know, and South has always been here for me, and I greatly appreciate this honor. Thank you very much.
Chris, congratulations for being inducted to the South Middle School Hall of Fame. And you know, I was a lot thinner back in those days, so I could sneak in to get the quarterback. We had flag football. As long as you got the flag, you could tackle the quarterback. And I played a little hockey and ran cross country because I was a lot thinner than as well. But I never was good in baseball. I have to confess, you had right field, left field. I was left out. So, hey, congratulations.
Chris, on behalf of the City Council, citation to present you that's signed by the Council President, myself, and the City Clerk in recognition of your achievement of being elected into the South Middle School Hall of Fame. Congratulations and best wishes to you.
Congratulations. This certificate of recognition is presented to Mr. Chris Hall on behalf of the Brockton School Committee and the School Department upon induction to the South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame, reflecting extraordinary academic and professional achievement that sets positive examples for future generations. I'll drag and sign by the Superintendent, the Mayor, and all members of the school. Congratulations.
It's real focus.
Oh, that's good.
In 1988, when I moved to Brockton, one day I went for a walk. I was living on Moraine Street. I bought a house near Coach Darcy, Bob Darcy. And one day I went for a walk. I walked down West Elm Street. It was late August, mid-August, whatever. And I saw Brockton High practicing. Remember those days down Eldon B. Keith Field, the guys who played at Brockton. And I couldn't believe what I saw one time. I saw this big kid running the ball. And they weren't, Armin must have been maybe practicing a little bit early in the season, whatever, because no one was wearing helmets. They were just getting tougher, captain's practice probably, whatever. And this big kid was running the ball. He had to be 6'2", 220, muscles in his earlobes, you know, just a strong kid. And I saw this red-headed kid, no more than 5'10", 175 pounds, and he hit that kid. And it was like, he crumbled. The big kid crumbled. I couldn't believe it. And then I watched that kid's career. Of course, that was Jay McGillis. One of my memories in 39 years as a teacher was parent-teacher conference. In November of 1991, I wanted to speak to Coach Coughlin last. I set him up to be last that night, to talk about his kid, Brian, who was a great kid. But I really wanted to talk about BC football. My dad had played there back in the 40s, late 40s. I really wanted to talk a bit about that. So in came Coach Coughlin and his wife. We talked about Brian for 3 minutes, and then we got around to BC football. And I told him I lived in Brockton, and how we had probably 7 or 8 guys in the team. And then I said to him, the other day against Syracuse, Number 31 wasn't on the field. And he looked at me and he said, yeah, he's not feeling good. He was out for the day, had an illness, nothing serious. He just, and then he looked at me a little bit longer, and I could tell. And he said to me, and I'll never forget this, in 39 years, probably 1,000, 2,000 conferences, he looked me right in the eye. He said, I gotta tell someone. And he told me the diagnosis that Jay had. I drove home that night. That was the last conference of the night. Thinking how life is just so unfair. How this Hercules at 5'10", 180 pounds, playing Division I football, so strong, so tenacious, such a winner, could be facing a fight that wasn't winnable. I'll never forget the funeral and the dignitaries and the people who came and trying to get by Our Lady of Lourdes and just going over to see it, and it was something. The love and respect that Jay McGillis had, and just the way, I wish I could have known. I wish, looking back, that, I mean, just a kid that was a legend. So a couple months ago, 4 months ago, when doing my research, because I knew he lived on Harwich Road. When I found out he went to South, I said, oh wow. Jay was taken, as Mike said, way too early. But what Jay's done since, with help from Coach Coughlin, Mike, and all the other people involved, is raised over $30 million. I've heard it's like $36 or $37 million for victims and their families of that deadly and sickening and tragic disease. And my mom died when I was a young kid of the same thing, so it's just awful. And I just had to mention that because that's how that young man impacted me over 30 years ago. Someone I never met. And so our next inductee, Mike spoke about him, but I wanted to keep the plaque separate, if you will, because I wanted us to remember Mike for who Mike is so far and the great success he's had. But I also wanted to make sure that Jay McGillis, we remember him as one of the greatest ever at South Middle School. So, Michael, come up with Jay.
And again, to you and Jay and your family, you've given so much to the scholarships and all you've done. And I also know that, I'm not a good golfer, so I don't get invited to the McGillis golf tournament. That's another thing I'm left out. But I've spent many times with the family on social events, so thank you for all you've given back on behalf of Jay.
Thank you. I present this to the entire McGillis family. This is from the Brockton City Council in recognition of the family of Jay McGillis. Let it be known that the Brockton City Council hereby extends its congratulations to the family of Jay McGillis in recognition and the accomplishment of joining the South Middle School Hall of Fame. And let it be further known that the City Council extends best wishes for continued success, and that this citation is duly signed by the President of the City Council, and the copy therefore transmitted by the Clerk of the Courts is also signed by me. I just want to say that the McGillis family is legendary in Brockton, and it's something that will be forgotten. And you've done some great work through the foundation that you have for them also. It's my pleasure to present this to you.
Thank you. Again, Jay has a long-lasting impact on the city to this day, and it continues to grow. One of the things that when Jay passed, I was in middle school, and when I heard that BC was coming to Brockton High to play the spring game at Brockton High, it was amazing. And if you have that influence, and I know you do, if we can bring that back to the city, that would mean a lot, specifically to our students and our athletics this year. So on behalf of the school committee, we present this citation on Jay's behalf. Thank you very much.
We'll try working on Coach O'Brien, see what we can do.
Before we do the photo, we're very lucky we come from good stock with our parents, and this is one of the sweetest young ladies in the community in Brockton. What a beautiful woman who had all these wonderful kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab four. Okay. Yes. Maybe we'll take a quick picture.
Gotta get her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Great, thank you. Thank you.
Great job, Mom. Great job. Great job. Everyone works with someone who's the best at something. No matter when, if you're an athlete, the best second baseman you played with, or the best attorney, the best judge, the best French fry cook at Wendy's. Hey, I aspired to that one, so don't laugh. Anyway, the next person in our history at South Middle School, there's no doubt, he was the best at what he did. When he was working at South, we had a circulation of 4,000 or 5,000 books a year going out to the kids to read. We don't even have a library anymore. We got to bring that back, trust me. I'm working on the library, but right now, got to bring up the legend himself, Ernie Webby.
Hi, everybody. I was delighted to get a call from Jim. I've heard a lot of talk about, from the past students talking about their teachers. I was thrilled to be, for 9 years, one of the teachers, the school librarian teacher, working with other teachers, with students like the ones that are being honored tonight. So I'm honored, and I thank you very much for this honor.
Ernie, you've done a lot, and you know, when I was a young kid, my mother would bring us down to the downtown library, and you learned a lot. Then when they got into antiques, they studied there and so forth. And my family knew your family from way back when you first got here, and thank you for all you've given to our community. And I'm honored to present this citation to you. You've been a great friend to me and many others in the community. So this is to Ernest Webby in recognition of your induction into the Brockton South Middle School Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Ernie.
Ernie, congratulations on your induction. It's always good to see you. I used to see you at the Y all the time whenever we lovely wife, Roberta, have moved. I don't get to see you very often, so it's my pleasure to see you. On behalf of the City Council, I want to present you this citation in recognition of your achievement of being installed into the South Junior High School Hall of Fame. It's signed by the Council President, the City Clerk, and myself. I want to congratulate you for your service to Brockton, and I wish you a very, very happy retirement. Thank you.
Congratulations. On behalf of the Brockton School Department and School Committee, we present this citation for the induction to the South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame, reflecting extraordinary academic professional achievement and sets positive examples for future generations of South Giants. Congratulations, everyone.
About 20 years ago, one afternoon I came home and I was lazy and I was sort of tired. I went up and took a nap. And I heard some sounds. It sounded like an alarm. And I woke up and I went down the stairs in my house and I opened the front door. And 2 doors down on the other side of the street from me is a 3-family home. And I saw smoke and I saw flames. And I said to myself, I gotta go out there and save these kids. I know there are 2 kids that live on the 2nd floor. And I sprinted as fast as I could. I got down to the front gate. I opened the front gate and I looked up and the flames were shooting 10, 15 feet out that window. And I thought, I'm tough. I'm gonna go rescue those kids. And I got about 7 feet from the front steps and I stopped. Because I realized, I'm not tough enough to be a firefighter. I'm not brave enough to be one of those guys. In the moment that it dawned on me, because I was thinking, I'm gonna feel terrible. Brockton Fire Department came up the street at that exact moment when I realized that I wasn't tough enough to do the job. And I watched that man jump off the back of that fire truck and sprint on in. Sprint on in that building. I looked at and I thought, there's no way anyone in the right mind could do that. What the Brockton Fire Department does for us every day is just unbelievable. They're truly a special breed. And our next honoree was a South Junior High kid, joined the United States Marine Corps, and was a member of the Brockton Fire Department. I'm always amazed every time I see that. We all go running out and they go running in. And so I'd like to induct Matthew Flaherty. And Matt, if I'm not sure if his mom's going to speak, sisters, but I'd like to bring someone up to represent Matt. What a great American hero.
Hi, I'm Judy Flaherty, Matt's mother. Unfortunately, he passed in a tragic accident in 2022, but we're happy here to accept this honor. Matt always did not want to be the center of attention, but somehow he always ended up there, and here we are again, Matt. He loved his time at South and Brockton High, played soccer through it. When he was at South Junior High, he had the opportunity to go to France in the 7th grade. It's still on my bucket list, but after school, he joined the Marines. He deployed to Iraq, came back, deployed to Afghanistan, where he was with his canine dog, Chica. Loved his service there, loved the brotherhood there. When he came out, he fulfilled his lifelong dream to be a Brockton firefighter. Sorry. I got it. So he loved that. He loved that brotherhood. He actually loves South so much that he bought a house 3 houses away. People are giving me these jokes. But thank you, Jim, and your team for honoring Matt this way. I know he's up there enjoying it all because he doesn't have to stand here and say this. In Matt's honor, when he passed, he was the type of person that touched everyone that knew him. And there was such an outpouring at his services and everything, and it was just amazing as a mother to see that, how many people he touched. So in his memory, we started a nonprofit organization, LND, Legends Never Die, and we support veterans, first responders, past, present, and future, and their families. And we've really hit the ground running. Although we aspire to be like the J Fund, we're nowhere there. I'm very impressed though. But so we keep his memory alive with that, and I'm sure he's, like I said, happy to receive this honor. Thank you.
I remember that fire on Ash Street. I was coming home from Boston. I was on the highway, and you could see the flames from the highway. And Matt and all the firefighters that save lives every day, the first responders. I was at someone's house last night when they had another situation, an elderly woman they had to help out. And my father had a couple of strokes years ago, and they would be the first responders to take care of him. So I know, as you mentioned, Matt's up in heaven with the rest of the gang. And thank you to all the firefighters out there that save lives every day.
Mrs. Flaherty, I want to present this proclamation to you on behalf of your son, Matt Flaherty, in recognition of the accomplishments of joining the South Middle School Hall of Fame. Let it be further known that the City Council extends its best wishes for continued success. And this citation is duly signed by the President of the City Council and attested and copied there, transmitted by the Clerk of the Council. I just also want to say your son was, I knew your son. I met him a few times. He was a very charismatic young man, will not be forgotten. He did a lot of good work for the city, so wish him nothing but the best.
This certificate is a recognition of Mr. Matt Flaherty upon his induction to South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame, reflecting extraordinary academic and professional achievement that sets positive example for future generations of South Dragons. His son was a true hero, and he's a legend for the city of Brockton. Thank you for his service.
This is going to be cool for me. The next person I get to induct is a student of mine. It's the first time I've ever actually had a student I can induct, and what a student she was. This girl was unbelievable. She came into school talking. She hasn't stopped yet. She hasn't stopped yet. I heard her on the radio. The radio station went out of business, but she's on another radio station, and she talked and talked. She was the only one with a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week program. No, I'm just kidding. She was the best. She was a great kid, great young woman, great kid when I had her in school. Did so many things for so many people. Tremita Martin, it's your time.
Still talking. Thank you.
everyone. So I told myself I was going to speak from the heart, and then I said, nope, you need a speech. So here we go. See if I can unravel this. Oh, I can't even see. Okay, it says, and it goes something like this. No, it's really not that great. No, it says, growing up, my brother, who's here right there, Kumar, hi, it's my older brother. He's always told me that I need to be humble, but I never really understood what that meant until I became a young adult. To be told that living my ordinary, everyday life could be and is an inspiration to others is a beautiful thing. I never dreamed of being in a Hall of Fame, but being inducted into the South has to be the best Hall of Fame ever. So I'll keep it short. It says, thank you to my tribe, that's here tonight, of course, and has always believed in me, and a special thank you to my mom, Pamela, for teaching me to always advocate for myself and others and always talk, because I get it from her. She never silenced my voice and made sure that I made it to all my extracurricular activities, which helped me become the well-rounded person that I am today. Love you, Mom. And thank you, and thank you to Mr. Stapleton for this wonderful honor, who I still can't seem to call Jim. I just want to say thank you for everything, and you guys are awesome, and also shout out to everyone that has received an award and has been inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight.
Shameen, I don't know, he says you speak a lot, Chocolate. I think Jim Stapleton's been talking a lot tonight, I don't know. But thank you, Mr. Stapleton, for putting this on. This is an honor to present you to me in recognition of your induction to the Brockton South Middle School Hall of Fame. And thank you for all you're doing. Congratulations.
I present you this citation to recognize your accomplishments in joining the South Middle School Hall of Fame. I want to congratulate you for a great job. You have a great personality, I can tell right now. Now, Jim, how was she in class? Did you tell her to be quiet quite a bit, or was she okay?
She was a great A student.
She was good, huh?
That's why she's here. Only the best.
Okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
This certificate is in recognition presented by the school committee and the Brockton Public Schools to Rita Martin upon induction into the South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame, reflecting extraordinary academic and professional achievement that sets positive examples for the future generations of South Trackers. Signed by the superintendent, the mayor, and all the members of the school. Congratulations.
You could at least look happy. Very good.
Thank you.
We decided to save for the final person. We figured that all his life, people have given him a hard time for being such a little guy. The shortest, smallest guy in every school he went to. So we decided to save him to the end so he'd feel extra special. I believe he was the center for Tom Brady's first professional touchdown pass. Yeah, that little guy from South Junior High who became a Brockton attorney and Brockton legend, from Brockton High School, South, and Syracuse University, Brent Warren.
Yeah. I was told that I had to keep this short. I said I could do it in under 10 seconds to get you guys going. Very quickly, thank you, Jim, for doing this. Thank you to all of you for attending tonight, and congratulations to everybody that's being honored tonight. It really is something special. I love South Junior High. It was a great school. I think it continues to be. Great teachers. I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out to Coach Fouracre, basketball coach, great guy. Mr. Fitz, everybody loves Mr. Fitz. Excuse me. Mr. Zach, Mr. Bronco, there were so many great people there, and I'm leaving people off the list. But it truly is an honor. It's my privilege. I love this city. Still working in this city. Proud of this city. Love to wear the Super Bowl rings for this city. It's always in my heart. Thank you all for coming tonight.
Ken, you've had a great career in Syracuse and everything else, and I'm glad you're still in the city to represent our constituents in the practice of law out there. So thank you for all you've given back to Brockton. Congratulations.
Brother, I want to give you a citation, a recognition of your accomplishments in joining the South Middle School Hall of Fame. And I just want to congratulate you for all the work you've done and the good work you continue to do in legal practice also. Congratulations to you.
One of many of my attorneys. Yeah, no.
This is billable.
Yeah, this is billable. This certificate is a recognition presented by the school committee in the Brockton Public Schools to Brent Warren upon the induction to the South Middle School Academic Hall of Fame, reflecting extraordinary academic and professional achievement that sets a positive example for future generations of South Brockton. Congratulations. I'm going to go for that.
Before we conclude, I just got to say one thing about Brent, though. I do have to say this. He coaches now at Severian. We got to bring him back.
But I did the right thing. I brought my son here today. My mom's here. I forgot to say hello to him. My wife's here as well. I dragged the hawk into the
that's all right.
belly of the beast.
Yeah, geez, go turn back time here. Turn back time a bit. Before we conclude, we have the pictures up here, the plaques that go on the wall. If you want to get a picture of them. I just want to say one thing. Someone said to me the other day about Brockton that, and maybe this was about South too, but I thought about Brockton, I heard about Brockton that its better days are behind it. And I said, how wrong they are. You just got to know where to look. You got to know where to look. We have a former student graduating this year from Cornell with her doctorate in medicine. She did her undergraduate work at Harvard. We have a current senior at Brown University who's going to law school next year at Harvard. So don't give me this stuff that we're on our way down. Just look around. Look at what we have tonight. Look at the people we celebrate and understand there's more. We're special. We know it. I think Tony went to West, by the way. Brady might have also. We won't hold that against him. They're cowering in the corner right now. Figuring, how am I getting out of here? Listen, we've always beaten West. And we're going to let you guys out We'll still let you out nicely. Don't worry about that. But anyway, thank you everyone for coming in again. Our best days are ahead. Stay with us. Help us out at South. Thank you.